Have you ever seen a large gear repaired by splicing it with dowel pins, in a Pakistani repair shop? Creativity and boldness go hand in hand. Take this massive gear that broke cleanly in half. For example, traditional welding wouldn't provide enough strength. But that's no obstacle for the ingenious uncle with glasses, who believes everything can be fixed. First, he used an angle grinder to meticulously smooth the fractured surfaces. Only by carefully grinding the surfaces flat can he ensure a perfect fit during reassembly, preventing any distortion in the gear's circular alignment. After taking multi-directional measurements with a spirit level, he divided the fracture width into 3 equal parts. These 3 points would serve as the insertion locations for the dowel pins. After marking the spots with repeated strikes of a center punch, he carefully drilled pilot holes to avoid misalignment. The meticulous uncle then used a spirit level to check and recheck, ensuring absolute precision. Achieving perfectly vertical holes is critical for this repair. And even the experienced uncle didn't dare relax. To enhance the dowel pin holes, he chamfered the edges with a large drill bit, demonstrating the attention to detail of a true craftsman. The 3 holes were drilled to uniform depths. However, aligning the other half of the gear with the same precision posed a significant challenge. The craftsman mixed a small amount of grease with pigment and applied it carefully to the fractured surface of the first gear half. Then, he pressed the 2 halves together. While the grease had no adhesive properties, it cleverly left imprints at the exact locations where the dowel pin holes needed to be drilled. After marking the spots again with a center punch, he replicated the 3 holes on the second gear half, ensuring they matched the depth and alignment of the first set. Drilling these holes with a bench drill was relatively straightforward, since the repair shop didn't have dowel pins of the required size. The craftsman improvised by selecting a metal rod with a slightly larger diameter. However, for a seamless fit, he needed to account for the differences in their measurements and make further adjustments. The metal rod was carefully machined to reduce its diameter until it perfectly matched the hole diameter. Next, the rod was cut to the exact depth of the holes, creating the essential dowel pins for this repair. This process relied on the craftsman's exceptional lathe machining skills. Using a hammer, the dowel pins were repeatedly driven into place, ensuring they fit snugly at the bottom of the holes. This prevented any hollow spaces that could compromise the gear's strength. The alignment of the second gear half revealed that the holes on both sides were perfectly vertical, a testament to the precision of the repair. With rhythmic strikes, the craftsman gradually reassembled the gear, restoring it to its original state. Not only was the surface level restored without any deviation, but the gear's circular alignment was also returned to factory standards. To address the external crack, which could only be surface welded, the craftsman decided to create a lateral groove along the crack. This groove would redirect the forces acting on the gear and allow additional materials to be used as reinforcement. This significantly increased the overall strength of the gear. Although the shop lacked advanced milling equipment, the craftsman improvised by attaching simple accessories to the lathe, transforming it into a milling machine. He used the machined metal rod to fill the groove, ensuring that the surface could also withstand vertical tension. This reinforced the gear, making it less prone to future fractures. To ensure the reinforcement was fully effective, the craftsman used welding rods to fill the edges of the crack with a continuous weld. This ensured both sides of the crack could bear equal stress. Although the gear was now functional, the raised welding scars affected its appearance. The craftsman used a lathe tool to shave off a thin layer from the surface, removing rust and leveling the welds with the surrounding area. He then polished the welds on the gear teeth to restore the original curvature of the tooth grooves. In the end, the gear that had been split in 2 was fully restored and ready for use. This wasn't just an ordinary repair, it was a dazzling display of technical mastery and craftsmanship.